to the Unstoppable Stories Show with Terrence Leftridge, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. Now, here's your host, life accountability coach, Terrence Leftridge. Hey, it is an unstoppable day. How you guys doing? Welcome to another special episode of the Unstoppable Story Show with Terrence Leftridge, where we talk to ordinary people with unstoppable stories. And we are in the 24 days of gratitude. We are on day 21 of the 24 days of gratitude, where we're not trying to sell you nothing. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to take a second, a minute, or an hour out of your day just to think about more about what you do have and less about what you don't have. To think more about what you're grateful for than about what those things that you haven't been able to achieve. To take the time to just be thankful and to just be grateful. So as always, we want you to come on in, swipe and share. As you know, if you're watching us live here, we just want you to go ahead and click the 1 on your dial. And if you are watching us in replay, we love our replay viewers. Go on and click that number 2 so that we know where you are. Put your name, where you're watching us from, and the question that we've been doing each and one of these days in the 24 days of gratitude is simply, what are you grateful for? So if you're willing to share that information, just go ahead and put that in the comments of what you are grateful for, and we will be sure to get your information up on the screen. We already got some people coming in already. We've got the beautiful, wonderful Arlene Collins Wilson. She is watching us right now. So thank you, Arlene, for coming in. Arlene is saying hello to everybody. Hello. And so go on, swipe and share, because we've got another great show for you guys tonight, coming to you live from the Windy City. We are in the week of Thanksgiving, just a couple of more days till Thanksgiving, that great day where family and friends get together and they celebrate the harvest. That's what it started out back when Thanksgiving first became a holiday. It was to be thankful for the harvest, the farmers, what they had toiled the land for throughout that season, and now what they were able to pick from the crops, the labor, the fruits of their labor, as you would call it. They were thankful for all that God had given them in their land, all that God had allowed them to produce from their land. But we take that to a whole nother level when we talk about Thanksgiving nowadays. We not only talk about the harvest of our land, we talk about the harvest in our hearts, what we've been able to harvest throughout the year in our heart, what fruits we've been able to bear from our acts and our deeds and our words throughout the year, what people have done for us and what people are doing with us throughout our lives. That's what we are thankful for this holiday season. And the main thing we do on Thanksgiving is we get together with family. And I love to spend time with my family, whether it's the immediate family that lives here with me or whether it's our extended family at family reunions or when I travel to different cities to see family. It always feels good to be around family. And I'm thankful for not only my immediate family, not only my birth family, but I'm thankful for the extended families that I've been asked to be a part of throughout my lifetime. And so if you are grateful for family, go ahead and put that in the comments right now and share what it is about family that you love the most or that you are grateful for, because we're going to be talking about family during this period on the Unstoppable Story Show. And no better person to invite to share in this conversation than one of my BBS family, who has always been there through thick and thin, through adversity, and she has been a true testament to what somebody can do when they put their mind to it and they truly decide to live their best life. And she's going to talk to you this evening about what she's grateful for. She is an international world civility ambassador. She's the CEO of Every Girl Wins Institute. She's the co-founder of the Real Business Women of Charlotte. She is my friend and BBS sister from another mother, the one, the only. Welcome to the Unstoppable Story Show once again, Dr. Christine Roberts Kozachuk. Mic check, mic check. Christine, are you in the building?
I am. How are you, Terrence?
I am unstoppable. You know what the tagline says. How are you doing this evening?
Yeah, it was. I am fantastic, and it was so great to see you back in October.
Absolutely. Always,
Yes,
always good to see you and the rest of the BBS family. We had a
absolutely.
great time, and you are just blowing up. This has been a year for you, something
Mm,
to be grateful for. And we were just talking offline about a year ago today. You were just coming from a fantastic international tour with the BBS family
yes.
in on the island of Guyana. And now look at all the things you've accomplished since then. We'll give you the opportunity to talk about that when you talk about what you're grateful for. But for right
Mhm.
now, for the people who might have missed you on the show before, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the Unstoppable Story Show family?
Well, I am Dr. Christine Kozachuk. I'm also a World Civility Ambassador, a wife, a mother of three, first and foremost. And just it's an entrepreneur, an author, and I just thank God for every title that He's given me, and just amazing for me right now. Amazing.
Oh, that is absolutely fabulous. And you know what? These none of these titles are just titles that were given to you.
Mm-mm.
These are
No.
things that you have earned, and especially with the life that you, the trials and the tribulations you had to go through to get to this point. Speak a little bit about those trials and tribulations, and then we will talk about what you're currently grateful for.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that question, Terrence, but thank you for giving me that opportunity. The trials and tribulations that I went through is I became, pregnant at the age of 13 and had my first child at 14 and married at the age of 14. And through that, between the age of 14, being married to my ex husband to 18, I went through a lot of abuse, a lot of emotional abuse every single day. And between the age of 14 and 18, we also had two more children. I had two more children by him, so we had a total of three children when I left him at the age of 18, when I was on death doors. At that time, once I was on death doors with him, I left with nobody. I left with, no transportation, no education, no clothes on her back because he had destroyed all my clothes. And I had three children on my hip, not knowing what I was going to do with my life or our life, not my life, but our life. And I knew at that time that I had to make a decision of how we were going to make it. And God, thank God above that we have. I met my husband, which is my soulmate, my love of my life at the age of 20. After I left him Mike was 18, and at 20 years old had met him. And through that, we have created a incredible life for our children. We've had a business for the last 24 years that he and I had built together. I went from poverty. He also went from poverty to making a six-figure income for both of us right now. We've been doing that for the last 24 years.
Wow, that is fantastic. So you truly understand what it means when you talk about being thankful for family now, don't
Hmm. Yes, absolutely. I mean, my husband, my family, my kids, they are my world. I mean, my husband, Terrence, back in October when I was there, my husband is absolutely amazing. And when I say that my family is my golden star. My family is my golden star. I cannot do this without them. They stand by me, and like my husband, my kids are all grown now. My oldest son is 35. My daughter will be 34 in December. My youngest son will be 31 in December. And but when I go and travel, he stands by me. He stays home and takes care of everything. And I could not do this without him. I could not do this without my kids. They are my rock. Yes.
Absolutely. And they talk there's a quote that says that your family is where your life begins and where your memories never end. And it
Mm,
sounds like you have a lot of memories about family, and you have a lot of new memories that you've been able to create after going
yes.
through those trials and tribulations with your
Hmm.
family, right?
Yes, absolutely. And and there's another thing that my BBS family, my I Change Nations family.
Yes.
My BBS family, for the last 2 years I've been involved with BBS, they are my family. My I Change Nations family, I have been involved in for the last year. They are my family. It doesn't have to be blood or anything, but the family that I have with BBS and the family that I have with I Change Nations is remarkable, because what I have found out about the BBS family and the I Change Nations family, they're not just about them. They are family and they want you to go with them. And it's just been an incredible, incredible ride for me with the family that I've had. I mean, your BBS, and it's just been amazing. The people that I've met, that's my family.
Yeah, and I feel the exact same way as we're
Hmm.
chopping it up with Dr. Christine Roberts Kozachuk on the Unstoppable Story Show Special Edition 24 Days of Gratitude. We're talking about family today. And many people have said that you can't pick your family. You're born where you're born. But I disagree with that statement, because as you get older and as you go through other life experiences, yes, you have your birth family, but to be able to pick and choose other people that you can
Hmm.
connect with and you form a relationship with, and then they start off as associates, and then maybe they turn into friends, and then maybe they turn into good friends. But then when you get that extra layer where you can actually call the people that weren't born into your family your true family, that's even more special. Wouldn't you
Hmm.
agree?
Absolutely. I mean, I can pick up the phone and call, anyone in BBS that I've connected with, or anyone with I Change Nations that I've connected with, and they're willing. And I can say, I'm needing this, or I'm looking for this. They are willing to say, okay, Christine, this is the connection I have, and this is what I have for you. And and when we're together, it's such a celebration. Wouldn't you agree too?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
do. We sing, we dance, we out there doing the electric slide
yes,
on stage. We're going
yes,
out to eat, breaking bread.
yes.
When somebody in the family experienced something, there are other family there to build them up or there to support them. You're doing an event with other BBS family in
Mhm.
Charlotte next month.
Yes,
We've
I
done
am.
events with other people across the country, and
Hmm.
that's what family does. When somebody has an event, family shows up. When a family
Yes.
member needs help, or when they need to just chop something up, or when they need to throw a presentation in front of somebody,
Mhm.
the family shows up. and
Absolutely.
and
Hmm.
that's what I really love about this, because it's more than just business people getting together. It's more than just like-minded speakers in the same
Hmm.
room. You really feel like there is an extra layer of family, and that's what we need more of. Not just you and
Yeah.
I and BBS and I Change Nations, but if
Right.
everybody could find people that are not only in their birth family, but people that they can reach out to and form relationships and really
Hmm.
consider as additional members of their family, I think that really makes our world more whole. Would you agree?
Oh, oh, absolutely. Because, for me, when you were saying it, family doesn't have to be blood. And I totally agree with that, because, some of my my family, most of my family is non-blood for me. And it's just, and my story from my life. So that's why, a lot of times with my regular family, I have disconnected, and it's family like yourself that I've connected with and made the relationships with that, makes life so great and amazing. Yes.
Yes. And to know that you cannot do that just across the country, but you
Uh-huh.
can do that across the world. I mean,
Oh, yes.
we've got people that are watching the broadcast right now, not like Nana Cozy Ventures, that isn't even in the United States. It's across the world. We've got people who will watch this in replay in different
Mhm.
continents across the world. And they're also part of our BBS family, or
Ah,
our I Change
love it.
Nations family. And I'm sure you guys who are watching us now, you probably have circles of influence that extend beyond your birth family as well. So
Mhm.
during this holiday season, especially during Thanksgiving, if you haven't already, we encourage you to reach out not only to your birth family, but to those people that you have brought into your circle and
Mhm.
you call them family as well. Because when you reach out to family, you tighten that bond. And trust me, a family bond is a strong bond, and it's a bond that never can be broken.
Absolutely.
Hey, Christine, so tell them, we were talking earlier about gratitude, and you started to talk about your trip to Guyana last year and some of the
Mhm.
other things that we took for granted. So talk about maybe two or three things you
Well,
realized when you've been on your international travels over the last year.
wow, Terrence, that is a powerful question because for me, being an American citizen, my first trip was to Guyana, and that was November. Actually, we came back, the delegates, we came back the day before Thanksgiving. And then I had taken another trip to Guyana, and then I've traveled to Nairobi, Kenya. I've been to Uganda. I've also been to Burundi within this year. And the one thing that I know what I'm grateful for is my life, my family's life. Because when I go into these countries and work with these women, and what I see is I am so grateful for my home, for my family, for the education that I'm allowed to have. And when I tell you education that I'm allowed to have, there is women and children out there that are not allowed to have education.
Yeah,
And and also, it just not that, like we take for granted, indoor plumbing.
yeah, yeah,
Indoor
absolutely.
plumbing.
That is a big thing. Yeah.
I mean, there's things that we take for so granted, food on our table. It's just, and I can name so many things. My home, and I lived in poverty. I grew up in a small town in West Virginia where I grew up in poverty. We had nothing. For me, when I look at how I grew up in poverty, it's nothing compared to some of the
Yeah.
places that I've lived, that I have visited. So when I come back to America, I am so grateful for my life. I am so grateful for our resources. I am so grateful for just the things that's in place for us. For example, there's many places that government assistance. We get the government assistance. They don't get government assistance. If they have no money for food, they don't eat. Water. The only way some of them have water is through the rain. And if it's a drought season,
Yeah.
they have no water.
Right.
I mean, I am so grateful for what we have, and we have it so amazing here that so many people don't realize of the struggles that other countries have right now for as simple as water and indoor plumbing and
And
education.
you hit it right on the head. And that was one of the reasons why each and every year I do this, because I think it's really important that we put the focus on the things that we do have. I mean, again,
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
grew up in poverty. I grew up in one of the poorest neighborhoods in the city of
Hmm.
Chicago, and each one of us had indoor plumbing. So
Right.
again, when you
Yeah.
think about how bad you
And
may have it,
education.
and yeah, yeah, and when you think about how bad you may have it right now, take a second and watch this video again. And just think about that one thing. We mentioned one thing that someone halfway around the world looks
Hmm.
as a luxury, and we take it for granted. We actually
Right.
get upset if it don't work. That's
Hmm.
that's just how much we
Yeah.
take it for granted.
Hmm.
So when you are around your table this week, when you are celebrating Thanksgiving wherever and with whomever, and you get that turkey and that ham inside of you, and you get that itis, and you start sitting back in your chair, and you decide you have to go do number one or
Hmm.
number two.
Yes.
think about think
Exactly.
about think about how easy that is for you and how hard somebody else may have it, and I guarantee you will be grateful. Am I right, Christine?
Yes, because the country that countries that I've been into is some of them don't have indoor plumbing, so it's an outhouse. And see, I grew up in West Virginia, and outhouse compared to their houses is a
Mhm.
luxury. I mean,
Okay.
it's literally like a little hole. It's an outhouse, but it's like a little hole
Right.
where you go outside and you do.
You dump. Yeah, I got
Yes,
you. I
yes,
understand. I understand.
yes,
Truly grateful that I don't have to do that. So,
absolutely.
you know what? Thank you, Christine, Dr. Christine Roberts
Thank
Kozachuk,
you.
for joining us this evening. You got some great things coming up towards the end of the year as people end strong in 2019, moving to the next level in 2020. What are you a part of in December that they should know about?
Oh wow, December. I actually my first the Real Business Women of Charlotte. We're actually taping that in December. So look for the Real Business Women of Charlotte in December. Very excited for that because this was a vision of mine that I had about 2 years ago. After I had stepped down from an international women's organization, network organization, and what I realized after being in business for 24 years, and then 2.5 years for being the managing director, a lot of business women don't have that real talk. And so that's what we will be doing is having real talk in business, life, self-care, life balance. So, stay tuned for that. Yes.
Absolutely. And if somebody wants to get in more information about that, or if they want to get more information about your Every Girls Wins Institute, what's the
Mm-hmm.
best way for them to get in contact with you?
Christine at christinekozachuk.com. And Christine it with a C. A lot of people want to spell the K.
Um,
Um, and Kozachuk, Kozachuk. But you can also phone me at 704-208-9561. That's 704-208-9561. And he just put it up there, Christine at christinekozachuk.com.
Fantastic. Well, you know what? I am so glad to have met you and to be able to welcome you into my circle of influence, my family. And I'm so grateful that you have continued to support what I do, and you come on and you give
Mm,
us great content on the Unstoppable Story Show. Happy Thanksgiving to both
you
you
too.
and Ron.
Yeah.
Blessings to you and everything you do.
Mhm.
Celebrate your own personal harvest that you've had over the last year, and always keep being unstoppable, Christine. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Terrence, for having me. And it's been an amazing year, and I thank God that I met you a couple years ago because you've been such an inspiration to me.
Oh, well, I thank you. Likewise. I will see you soon. Don't hang up, but I'm going to put you back down in the lobby.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. That is Dr. Christine Roberts Kozachuk sharing her grateful story on the Unstoppable Story Show. 24 days of gratitude. We're in day 21. What are you grateful for? Go ahead and put in the comments what you're grateful for, and we will be back again tomorrow for day 22 of the 24 days of gratitude, celebrating what you're grateful for, what you are thankful for as we move into the Thanksgiving holiday. And as always, you know what I say, wherever you are in the world today, Don't just make it a great day. Go out, be grateful, be thankful, and make it an unstoppable day. Take care.